There's a trap built, I don't know, I can't even remember how many years ago, but we're gonna pull all the rotten mess off of it best we can. And we got a place that's got a bunch of hogs on it, and we're gonna try to catch a few of them. Maybe we can send them on their way. Send them to the happy hunting ground. This is galvanized, or it was galvanized. This is what happens when you bury galvanized. It gets a little rusty, and it rusts out. As long as you keep it on top of the ground, though, we're good. You put it in the ground, it's over with. There it is. Cruiser. Holding on pretty good. Wow. You gotta put a bottom in these things, and then you've gotta bury all of this with dirt, because if you don't, they won't walk in it. But if you don't put a bottom in it, they're strong enough that they can flip it over. It don't matter what it weighs about it, they'll pick it up. With that big old nose they got, that big old strong neck they got. So all this is doing right here, it's not pretty, I know, and it's got big holes in it like this, but they'll be standing in it and picking up on the gate, on the trap. They won't be able to get out. And they can't root under it, so root out. All this is right here is just to keep them from digging out, because they're not. Believe it or not, they can pick that thing up. It's super strong. The pressure treated lumber, like 30 years ago, I've got some on the house right there that's 27 years old, never had any kind of treatment on it. And down here in South Alabama, it's brutal, to say the least. And it's still holding up after that many years. And yet, this stuff went 3 foggy mornings and it's going bad. But I guess the EPA, anytime something's bad for the soil or whatever, they have to be concerned about that, so whatever. So, this is confidence right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna load this back in the truck. We're gonna throw your bow in here. We're gonna go climb the tree. We're gonna shoot a doe. We're gonna drive down there and get it with the trap in the back. We're gonna get the trap out. We're gonna bury it. We're gonna load the doe up. We're gonna come back home. We're gonna skin the doe or hog, whatever you kill. And then we're gonna make summer sausage with it.
Perfect.
Let's see them root out of this one. This is as simple as it gets, folks. A lot of people's got a different way of doing it, I'm sure, and there ain't nothing wrong with the way they're doing it. But this is it's the best way that I've come up with, and fast and easy. You can do it with about anything. It ain't nothing to it, but all I'm doing is that's my treadle right there. That's holding up the gate. This is sitting on the trap. When they bump that string, they break it and the gate falls. You don't want to really set it. Hogs are super rough, rambunctious, and they pushing each other around. So when they get in the trap and they're trying to feed and everything, you don't want it set real light or hairy or whatever you want to call it, because you don't want to catch them until they're all in there. So you want to set it a little bit stiff, because eventually one of them's going to hit another one, and then they're going to hit that string, and that string's just going from the gate up here through the top of the trap and then tied in the back there to the bottom. And when they rooting and bumping each other around, one of them will hit that string, and when they do, they're going to break that block and that gate's going to fall. I would show you. I'll show you when I get it set or something maybe, but if I do it right now, the gate's so heavy it might blow my 2x4 out that I just put in there. I don't want to do it again. So, yeah, that'll work right there. Almost perfect. Look at that. Almost perfect. All right, so that's got the gate. Right there. And then when they all get in there, and they, you know, you're gonna cover the whole bottom of this thing with feed, and then a little trail going to it. And then when they all get in here, and one of them bumps another one, or they rooting around back there, they'll hit that string. They'll break your block. Gate will fall. Hold. Get that thing. There's plenty of ways to make a treadle. That's just the way I do it. Hold it a little tight. But you want to make sure you put enough dirt under this thing that when they step on it, if they push that wire in the ground right here, then they're gonna set it off. When they get like right here, they push that wire, it might set it off too. So you gotta be careful. Or you can hook it to the back there. It'd be the same thing. All right, so they're in here rooting around. One of them pushes the other one up against this. Boom, it falls. It's just that easy. That's my safety right there, so it don't fall and blow that whole bottom end out. Now watching? Bumping that string? Barely bump it. Smell. Like a little nest, babe. We ended up getting the doe this evening, and we got the trap at the back of the truck. We got it set. We got it camouflaged up, it's ready to go. Got the good stuff in here. This Southern Seed and Feed. It's some good stuff. Got some peanuts mixed in there with it, so it really smells. All right, folks. We set the trap, or we fixed the trap, repaired it, whatever. Got all the rotten damage fixed on it. Set it, and just lock the gate open, and that way the hogs could get used to going in it. But I come down here yesterday and I set the trap, and then you see we got what 10 or 11 in there. It's hard to count them because they're all running all over the place, but filled it up full of hogs anyway. So now we dispatch these and set it again, because I mean the place is just overrun. I mean the cornfields, the people's yards around here is all tore up. I mean you can drive down the road, everything on this road is just tore up. You can see the ground right here where we didn't catch these pigs, and they just pulverized this ground all the way around here. So we definitely got some problems. And not to mention what they do to the deer and turkey population. I mean, they'll run the deer out and they'll eat all the turkey eggs. That's what they do. So, control specialist. We're working on them. And we got plenty of sausage right there. All right, folks, 10. Yep, we got caught 10. We got the trap reset, ready to go again. So what we'll do is come back and check. I need to get a cell camera to go on it, and that way I don't have to come down here and check, because it's probably 20-minute drive from the house to come down here. I just knew they'd be in here this morning. But I'll come back and put a cell camera on it and just keep trapping. Sometimes you have to move the trap, you know, they'll get leery of it, and may have to do it now, but we're gonna give it one more try and see if we can't catch another batch of them. And if we keep catching them, then I'll just keep setting it until we, you know, get them thinned down around here. Then I can move it to my brother's place. He's got a bunch over there at his place, and we got some more back close to the house. So it's just it's a never-ending battle. You have to take 70% of the population of pigs out every year, or you're not gaining any ground. You have to take at least 70% just to maintain the number. That's how quick and fast these things reproduce. And there's not enough people around here trapping. So we drive down the road and you look out in everybody's yard and it looks like a bombing range. It's because people aren't taking care of them. They aren't trapping them. They aren't getting rid of them. So there's where I come in. Try to keep the numbers down a little bit, because you can't kill any deer or turkey because of these hogs. So might as well catch these, I guess. Hey, hope y'all enjoyed the video. We're gonna see if we can't catch another. Appreciate y'all.